Hello and welcome back. I'm Mondef, of course, and I'm back on the Utopia Cube server playing some more modded Minecraft, and I am in the Age of Steam. I'm currently in the house that I bought from Nemsun. He's been using Schematica to build all sorts of amazing things around here, and I furnished the inside a little bit, just a touch. You know, just the furnishings to make this a little bit more homey as I work here in the Age of Steam today. Yep, I'm not going to work on the freighter. Well, maybe if we get time. Maybe. Today I want to work on in the Age of Steam just a little bit because it's kind of been pointed out to me that I kind of freaked out a couple episodes ago a little bit too much when Mdog came and left me a whole bunch of random things to help me with my Ars Magica. And, you know, probably right. I probably freaked out a little too much, so I wanted to come give him a gift. I wanted to come help him out a little bit, and this will be his track. It's not finished as of yet, but you know it's coming along. It's kind of a long track, so I understand why it's not finished yet. That's not his. I'm just gonna keep on heading out here. Yeah, so I just wanted to come out here and help him out a little bit, because he was just trying to help me with the Ars Magica, you know, so I want to help him with his project. Oh, horses. Nice. This is his project. Right, so if we get all the way out here, I have slowness and mining fatigue. Interesting. Yeah, this is his build. This is what he's working on. He said that he wants to build kind of a whole town, and he's trying to merge together the Wild Wild West and kind of a steampunk type of a feel. He kind of wants to merge the two. So he's got the kind of the tiered growing buildings that wouldn't really be possible with wood, and then he's got the fancy facades and the flat sides that you see on Western style buildings. And it's a pretty narrow building, but you know, it's pretty decent. It's a pretty good build. I'm pretty sure this is where his track will end up coming, and then this is a road for the rest of his city. And if we look at it, we can see he's built this out of wood, and this is carpenter's blocks, but that's just chiseled nether brick. That's all that is. And then if we come inside of here, that's just chiseled dirt. So, I guess if I want to help him, the best thing I can do is try to match his style a little bit, and, you know, build out of dirt, netherrack, and wood. So, that's what I plan on doing. I've brought myself a few materials here. So, you know, just a barrel full of each. Well, I didn't bring a whole barrel full of wood. That would have been overkill. At least I think it would. If I need more wood, I can go get more wood. But I've got a barrel full of netherrack and a barrel full of dirt, and most of a barrel full of wood. And I've even done a little bit of work off camera. No, not that one. I've done some... yeah, I did a little bit of work here. I thought I did more work than this. I definitely did more work than this. Hang on, let me figure out what's going on with my schematics. Okay, so I did a little bit of work off camera. I had to bring my world into MC Edit and chop these up because apparently saving out of Schematica didn't work. So I've got a few different... Oh, that's not what I meant to do. Don't open the schematic file folder. Done. There we go. Apparently, Schematica doesn't like this schematic, and I don't really know why. Oh, you know what? It didn't end up saving the... Oh, it did save the mod blocks. They're just not rendering. Okay, that's fine. That's not a problem. Okay. So here's the first building. It's so ugly. That's alright, we're just trying to help. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to help Mdog with his build a little bit, and once I've got a little bit of work done, I'll show you guys what it looks like. Alright, I've built a few houses and I've run back to spawn because I wanted to kind of point this out. What is it that makes something look steampunk? Well, it's putting houses on top of houses, of course. I mean, that's obviously the only logical solution, the only logic that we can draw from this building here. It has nothing to do with the little cogwheels or the smokestacks. It's putting houses on top of houses. That's what makes something steampunk. And in that spirit, we're going to put some houses on top of the houses that I've built. At least little house pieces, not necessarily whole houses. We'll have to see how that looks. You can see my little frame from my existing work here. Makes it really easy to get back there. I don't have to look at the ground. Wait for the world to spawn a touch. Here we go. Come on, world. Keep up with me. That's just my internet being slow. Here we go. Let's try force spawn. Force render. There we go. Alright, so here we are. I'm gonna walk down. I think it looks pretty good. Honestly, I thought it would take a lot more buildings to fill in this space. I didn't really take measurements. So yeah, only 4 buildings, which is really too bad because I wanted to build like 8 or 10. I guess I could, I could fill over this water hole and keep going. But I don't want to start messing with the terrain, just to be honest with you. So yeah, and I could go that way, but again, I don't want to necessarily mess with the terrain because we'll start getting in the way of stuff. So yeah, this space is kind of filled, so we just need to make them look more steampunky. And so first thing we're going to do is disable the printer. And then let's load up. I have a few like pieces. Here's one I call the house topper. Oh, again, I opened the schematic folder. Done. That's what I call the house topper. It's not the most amazing piece, but it's just a little house, and it goes on top of houses, right? So just kind of, nudge it back. Nope, that way. We're just gonna go put it back on this other one, the pitched roof there. If I can, like, get it to go the right direction, I want it to go that way, and then that way, and then, yeah, let's rotate it. And then let's bring it down just a touch. Yeah, there we go. It's not very house on top of a house, but we'll fix that in a second. This will print really quickly, so I'll just keep you guys with me here. Enable printer. Blink, 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 blink. So this happens with Schematica. It places the stairs based on the way that you're actually facing. And that may not be the way that you want the stairs to get placed. I gotta put that slabs on my bar. Come on, place a slab right there. There we go. And again, this side is going to be all messed up, so we got to take them all out, let them all get placed right. Ignore the colors, they're orange because I've turned them. I need plank stairs. Yeah, so it goes pretty quick. There are a few kinds of quirks that you gotta... Oh, that's a slab. That's not about what I wanted. I've learned that apparently the power armor, like axe tool, doesn't dig up all of the wood types. It only like digs up like logs really fast. So it's like super effective on logs, but then can't dig planks at all. So it's like you're punching the planks. Alright, so that's good enough. And yeah, we printed it into the wall a little bit, but whatever. So there you go, that's that one. And then we're gonna move it up on the Y a little bit. Nudge it back a little bit. There we go. See? Houses on top of the houses. So I'm gonna put a few houses on top of houses. I've also got this other piece, which, let's try this other piece here. I called it it's a house tower. There it is, done. That's what that piece looks like. So we can just kind of nudge it down. Let's put that one on the other side of the house. Just nudge it down and nudge it back a touch. There we go. Yeah. You know, because Victorian houses have these little like round tower pieces. This is gonna be perfect. Alright, so each of the houses has a house or two pieces on top of it. What else? No, it's not just steampunk, it's also a Wild West theme. So what does Wild West town need? Well, I think every Wild West town is going to need a water tower. Again, I opened schematic file. I blame that on the fact that it's 2:30 in the morning. Okey-doke. Yeah. Alright, it's not the prettiest water tower, but then again, it's 2:30 in the morning. And yeah, okay. Yeah, sure. We'll call that location good. Is the printer on? Probably. So all this bottom, all this like white part, it doesn't render the forged microblocks. And since these, I guess they're technically they're part of X utilities, but I guess it doesn't render that. I don't know. So yeah, these are all gonna be dirt fences to hold it up. Okay, and there we go. And then when we get up underneath there, those are planks. So there we go. And I'm just gonna go ahead and get this one printed as well, because it's steampunk. You know, steampunk is like technology developed further than you would have expected. These kinds of water towers, they did exist, and they used piping to get running water into each of the buildings in the Wild West. But if the technology existed, they would have just slapped giant water barrels on top of their buildings, right? I think so. I wanted to say thank you for all the random crap that you left for me in my house. It really reminded me of Ars Magica. I wanted to help with your project, so I came over with your favorite building materials to help. Sorry I missed you. Mondef. Oh man. Alright, I got some sleep, so hopefully I'm a little bit less crazy and insane. Just a little bit though. I'm always crazy. Alright, so I'm back in my little hidey hole. The very observant among you might realize that my my ship, you can see up here in the little mini-map in the top right corner, is not in the same place as it was before. I realized that when I looked at the map, my ship was facing north, which, you know, north or south, doesn't really matter, does it? Well, yes, it does, because we're attacking the islands of the rest of Utopia. We updated some of the mods, so my map I have to re-explore the map again, because I didn't transfer the data. But the ship's attacking the Utopia islands, not running away with the tail behind the legs, right? Behind? I don't know. I don't have a dog. What do I know? So, yeah, I use Schematica to turn it around. Oh, science. Your power conduits can only transfer 80 redstone flux per tick. One generator generates 80 redstone flux per tick. Well, that's not entirely accurate. Actually, that's not accurate at all. No. Let's see. Leadstone energy conduit. Well, yeah, okay. I get what they're saying. Like, here, let me just pop this guy off so we can pop off, please. There we go. There we go. Okay, so we can look at it, right? Leadstone energy conduit. I'm using the cheapest conduit because, you know, I'm cheap. When we set up the big power reactor, then we'll, you know, we'll upgrade. But this does say very specifically on it that its transfer rate is 80 redstone flux per tick. But there are two problems with this statement. The first is that these guys only generate 40 redstone flux per tick. So that's wrong. So you, oh, alright, well then, alright. So I actually am overloading the conduit system by, this is 80, this would be 160, and that would be even more. So I'm still overloading the redstone energy conduit. But that's not even still right. Let's transfer to my test world, and I'll show you why. Alright, so here I am in my test world, and I've set up a few demonstration scenarios here. This is the first, where we've got 2 of these generators, which output 40. Here you can see the 40 redstone flux per tick. And they're storing nothing in their internal buffer. Let's go ahead and turn that off so we can see this a little better. And, it's burning pink wool, as we expect, to power up a resonant energy cell, which I was playing with the max input, but the max input doesn't really matter, right? And I've got the multimeter. This comes from thermal expansion, so we can kind of trust it. And we can't always trust mod developers, but because sometimes things happen that they don't expect. So it's not their fault, but we can kind of trust this. So if we monitor that, we can see we're getting 80 redstone flux per tick into the resonant energy cell. And that's you can see what we can see there. And that's what we expect. 40 and 40 into there, we get 80. So here, let's back up. This is just proving that we get the same thing. Here we've got energy resonant cell outputting 40 redstone flux per tick. This one as well into the same resonant energy cell setup, and we get 80. So it doesn't matter. I'm going to be using resonant energy cells because they're easier to test with than the generators. So for all the rest, we'll be using those. All right. So now we've downgraded. We were using the redstone energy conduit here. Now we've downgraded to the hardened energy conduit. And yeah, okay. No, we're good. We're good. And we should see the same thing. In fact, this was supposed to be the leadstone. I was wondering if I had run all my tests with hardened, and I was like, oh, maybe my tests are wrong. But no, here we go, leadstone. And there you can see we're getting 80. It was powering up still. So we're still getting 80 into there. As we expect, because this says that it can transfer 80 redstone flux per tick. So what happens if we overpower it? All of these are outputting at 40 redstone flux per tick here. So this is equivalent to having 4 pink generators. And so we would expect here to see 160, because we're still using redstone energy conduit here. So 160, perfect. Now what happens when we downgrade that to the leadstone? That's the lowest tier conduit, right? We would expect that this can only transfer 80 because that's what the tooltip tells us. And in fact, that's exactly what we get, 80. So let's back up one more. And this is where things get a little bit strange. We again would expect that this can only transfer 80. We've got a bottleneck right here, right? This can only transfer 80 redstone flux per tick. So what we expect is either one of these scenarios. Either one of these is getting 80 redstone flux per tick, or both of them are getting 40 redstone flux per tick, right? So if we read this junction right here, we can see it's getting 80 redstone flux per tick, right? Well, 40 of it's going that way, 40 of it's going this way, right? Wrong. This is getting 80 redstone flux per tick. Wait, what? This is where things get interesting. In fact, this is inputting at 80 redstone flux per tick, and so is this one. And this is outputting at 40 redstone flux per tick. This is outputting at 40 redstone flux per tick. So these two 40 redstone flux per tick packets are making it to the first resonant energy cell. And these ones, these two 40 redstone flux per tick packets, are making it to this one, which actually means this pipe right here, this conduit, is transmitting 160 redstone flux per tick. The limits on these conduits is not a per tick limit. They're a packet per tick limit, a destination per tick limit, if you will. So, if I expand this, if I were to have, say, I don't know, a storage medium, like a Ender IO storage unit, and we had, say, a pulverizer, and let's see, a redstone energy furnace, and a slag furnace, and the other machines that are in my machine room, and my Ender IO transdimensional transceiver thingamabob, right? And then we ran just leadstone energy conduit between these guys. How many of these resonant energy cells, and these are pre-configured for acting like my pink generators here. How many of these would it take to fully power all of these through the leadstone energy conduit? Well, it's easy. Just multiply by 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, how many did I put down? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 14. 14 of these would be necessary. Well, actually, it'd just be easier if we just set this up to, mirror it like this. Right, and then we just run the lead energy conduit beneath here. And I'm not going to form any kind of loop or anything like that. We're still going to run all the power through this one little guy right here. And so we expect to see 80 redstone flux per tick going into each one of these hardened resonant energy cells, being transmitted through leadstone energy conduit. And in fact, it doesn't matter how big this thing gets. The leadstone energy conduit can only transmit 80 redstone flux per tick to a machine. So let's jump back onto Utopia and see how this applies to my power system. Alright, I'm back on Utopia now, as you can easily see. I've got myself 5 pink generators. And each one of these is full on the storage cell. Woo! What was that? What was that? Oh, something exploded? What? Did something seriously just explode? That is weird. Oh. Maybe oh, no, I bet that was... Okay, that was login lag. We're good. We're good. We're good. Do I have another redstone? What happened to the other energy conduit? I don't know what happened to the other energy conduit. It's fine. Whatever. We're just... You know what? We'll just put you over here. We'll just get you. So you can drain when you're ready to go. So we've got ourselves the item ducts feeding into these pink generators. And we've got 5 that feed the network here, the leadstone energy conduit network. Now, these can only generate 40 redstone flux per tick, but they can output at a much higher rate. In fact, I don't know what their output limit is. I suppose that's a separate test, because if you hook one of these up that's fully powered, has pink wool in it, and has a full charge in it, and you power something on the network really far away, it'll drain the capacitor bank while burning pink wool. So I don't know what the output limit is, but that's not important at this point. What we're saying is this outputs 40 redstone flux per tick into the network. And so I've got 4 here. So I've got 1 device here. This can input at, you can see max input there, 100 Minecraft joules per tick, which is 1,000 redstone flux per tick. So this itself could potentially eat all of that power, but it can only input at 80 redstone flux per tick via the leadstone energy conduit. So that's limited because of my leadstone energy conduit, and that's not a bad thing, because I don't want all of the power always going into that. I also want 80 redstone flux per tick powering this. So I've got 1 device, 2 devices, and if we come around to my machine room, we can see that same leadstone energy conduit is connected also to 3, 4, 5, and 6 devices. So in fact, if I wanted to fully power and run everything at the same time and keep everything fully powered, those 8 devices would require I need 16 of these pink generators, and they could all be hooked up to leadstone energy conduits, and everybody would be happy. Strange, isn't it? It is indeed strange, because that's not what people tell you about thermal expansion conduits. But that's the way they work. Is it a bug? I don't know. I like to think of it as a hidden feature. Anyway, I really don't know who left me these signs, and they're gone now. Something must have exploded. I'm gonna need to test and find out why something exploded, because that's not the best thing. I didn't think any of these things could explode, so... Is it an extra utility? Did the pink generator explode? I don't know. That's going to require testing. If you know, please tell me in the comments so that as I plan my reactor, I can... hey, cute bug. I can know, and I can make sure that I design something with protections from exploding. Okay. Moving right along. I actually need to check to see how much time I have left today and see if I have time to start my next project or whether we need to do something a little bit quicker. And unfortunately it does look like I do not have enough time to do anywhere near the project I had planned, nor do I have time to do any of the things that I had planned as kind of secondary things. So all the interesting stuff away. Well, I guess this is still a little bit interesting. I just have a couple minutes. I'm happy with where my power suit is, and so I wanted to show you guys the setup in case you're having problems with the power armor. So we're just going to very quickly go through all the settings. The energy shield for the helmet is at 2 points. The high efficiency solar generator installed. I installed the night vision goggles. I might yet install the auto feeder, but yeah, I haven't done that. And the water electrolyzer as well. I might do that one as well. Also, the flight control, very important. I haven't installed these other things. I might install the aura meter when I start playing with Thaumcraft, but the clock and the compass, those are kind of useless. Energy shield on the chest to full. Elite battery to 5.96 kilograms. I may yet play with the battery size a little bit. Jetpack on full thrust. Magnet radius. I installed the item magnet. I turned it on and off. And this is why I might play with the weight, because the magnet adds a little bit of weight. Sorry for the... We updated and it messed with the font a little bit, and I'm not sure how to fix it yet. Installed the item magnet so I can pick stuff up while I'm doing like mass mining or working in the sky or whatever. Also, the cooling system with full power, that is very, very important. Definitely install the cooling system with full power. Energy shield on full for the pants. The kinetic generator on full always. The sprint assist. You can see here's kind of my settings. You know what? Let's just cap the sprint assist. That's fine. About half for compensation and the walking assist. I could up this further. But that just increases the cost of the power, and I want the kinetic generator to be able to actually generate power. So the compensation is what I have. If you don't mind eating, you can just drop that all the way down to the bottom. But I don't have a great source of food still. I'm still eating apples from spawn. Here, got my swim boost on full and the uphill step assist installed. I may yet play with the jump assist, but it's not all that important. I have a jetpack. Alright, on the legs we've got energy, or on the feet, I'm sorry. I've got energy shield to full, no battery, and the shock absorbers. You can install the jet boots if you want, but it's really not necessary. I've got a jetpack, and as long as you don't overload yourself with weight, you don't need them. You can fly a little bit faster with them, but it's really not that big a difference, I don't think. Alright, then to the Power Fist, I've got lots of stuff installed in the Power Fist. I've got the axe, which I'm not 100% happy with because you can't cut down like planks or stairs. It's just for chopping trees, exactly what the tooltip says. Mostly for chopping trees. They're only for chopping trees. Pickaxes, again, these are all overclocked to full. The shovel overclocked to full. I've got the shears installed, which I haven't overclocked because, I mean, if you're cutting down leaves, I mean, come on. It's just one click to like shear like sheep and stuff, so whatever. The rototiller, which again, just one block rototilling. The flux capacitor, I've just picked my kind of dark red color. I've got the Omni wrench installed. I don't have the grafter, I don't know if I'll do that. The ore scanner, I might play with that at some point. Leaf blower, I've got that installed. If I'm going to be taking down leaves with the leaf blower, I just want everything gone, so that's what I've represented here. Full power. Flint and steel. So that's pretty cool, unbreaking flint and steel, so you can just keep on using that stuff. I will definitely install this when my AE network gets set up. Tree tap, TE multimeter, I don't know that I need that, but if I do, if I ever make a multimeter, I'll also make the control circuits just to install it. I don't have the Field Tinker module because I feel like once my suit is set up, it should just work for me. I don't know. I don't know. Definitely install the diamond drill upgrade though. I installed as well Aqua Affinity, the in-place assembler, which I love. The torch placer, which is useful. Even if you're using the lux capacitor, sometimes it's nice to have the torches. Gives you options, you know. So that's that. The melee assist, a full impact, 0 carry through. You know how I hate that knockback, so no knockback. I've got the plasma cannon installed right now. I have it at full amperage and 0 voltage. I don't want it to do block damage, so this does 0 creeper blasts. At full, this only does 500 millicreepers, which is half of a creeper damage. It doesn't even break stone or cobble or anything like that, but it will break, you know, dirt and wood and the softer materials. So I don't even know if that's useful at full voltage, like using it as, say, like a deconstruction tool or something like that. It's not even helpful, but I don't know. It could be useful in PvP situations for sure. But here I've got the amperage installed all the way up. I want to play with the railgun and the blade launcher at some point, but if the cost is anything, these are lower tiers of ranged weapons. I don't know, they might do more damage, but I want to play with them at some point. The lightning summoner I will definitely play with at some point, but not yet. And then the blink drive, of course, which is extremely useful for getting around. I don't want to walk all the way into my storage room, I just blink there. Okay, kind of a lazy tool. I mean, if you can already run this fast, like, do you really need to be able to blink over there? But I like it. I mostly use it for getting up and down my ladder, because I can just be like, ba-dink, 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 and now I'm up at the top. It is faster than flying. Oh, you know what? This is dark right here. That's not good. Dink. Torch placer. And getting down, especially for getting down the blink drive. Definitely worth the investment for getting down ladders. I suppose I could dig out, but you know, whatever. It's fine. I'm not going to be here for very much longer. Alright, so that's my setup for the Tinker's Tools. The Tinker's Tools, I mean the modular power suit. If you guys are having a problem, hopefully that helps you out. I do overheat in... this is dark. I do overheat in... What do you call it? Hot biomes. Like deserts and such. That's the word, deserts. So, if you live in a desert, my setup might not be the best for you. But I don't live in a desert, I live in an ocean, and I never overheat in the ocean. Even if I do, I live in an ocean. Just jump in the water, right? Right. Alright guys, that's all for today. I'm Mondef. Thanks for watching. If you do like my videos, leave a comment, like, subscribe, share, and all the goodness. See you guys next time.